you are a cubic zirconia digger because he's playing a game with you. He's gonna take that little that little Wendy's check and he's gonna go and he's gonna get him the Rolex. He's gonna spend every penny buying a whole bunch of nonsense to impress you, just long enough to get whatever he wants from you, right? And I personally will say that like literally, if you actually study wealth psychology, fake millionaires talk about income, how much money they make, whereas real millionaires track net worth. They track net worth. What am I worth? What is net worth? Is assets minus liabilities. That's it. Shout out to the guys that earn your leisure. Assets over liabilities, right? So if your assets are big, your liabilities are small, your net worth goes up. That is when you're wealthy because you're financially secure. Your financial anxiety drops because you know that you're going to be good no matter what, and that's more sustainable. There's a million stories I could tell you about women who married like professional athletes because they made a lot of money and they weren't doing well 5 years later when his NFL team decided to cut him. And so you thought you were getting wealth, but you're actually you're going right back to the projects. All right, so let's keep going. Net worth reflects accumulated discipline. The Federal Reserve data shows that many high earners have low or negative net worth due to debt. So this is the winner's curse. Thank you, Nicole. Student loans are a big culprit in that. So you have a lot of people that will, have all this debt, then they'll go make some money, and they're doing well in the moment. But what happens is they have a very fragile economic existence because if they lose their job, then they go right back to the poorhouse. It's right back to suffering and stuff like that. So the long term play is to just be able to be in a position where you can survive a stress test, which means that if I lose my job, can I still be okay? Do I have other means and other ways to produce income other than just my labor? Or if I get sick, if I get disabled or something, that kind of thing. All right, so let's keep going. Studies on wealth creation and productivity also show that real millionaires protect their time for strategic thinking, learning, and compounding activities. So you want the smart person, right? Smart people do this. Fake millionaires allocate more time to appearances, social signaling, and consumption based networking. How many times do you see people that are so caught up in appearances, trying to impress the Joneses, trying to look good instead of being good? My God, if you live in Atlanta, y'all, everybody, 80% of the people. I love my folks in Atlanta. I love Atlanta, but Lord Jesus, what did they put in the freaking water in Atlanta? It's crazy, right? No disrespect though, because I love Atlanta. I try to make no enemies in the city that I love because we have a house there. But my God, the need to signal status, um, to me that shows a need for therapy because it's a self-esteem thing. It's a follow the crowd thing. And I don't know how you get out of that. I think that's going to be really hard for you because there's a constant anxiety that people are going to find out who the real you is because even you aren't comfortable with the real you. So I never want to be a millionaire. I'd like to be a realionaire. Right? That means, yeah, I'm financially secure, and stuff and all that, but I'm not here. I'm not using that. I'm not leading with that. I'm not leading. I mean, but maybe for me it's different because if you're a finance professor, people assume you know something about money, right? So that kind of naturally comes out. But I'm not really. I'm not trying to pull up in front of your house driving something that sends a certain signal or whatever. I think that what the money does is the money's supposed to liberate you to get to the things that are more important than the money, right? It's supposed to free you from to the point where you can just be a human being and you're not tap dancing and trying to impress people that don't matter.